Introducing Nick Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young,
SmashMouth Footballerz.
Hi, my name is Nick Tate here at SmashMouth Footballerz, and I'm with
Joe Caldero.
I'm Chad Young, Cadillac.
All right, so we got a lot of new things today. Just to let you know, we got some new merchandise coming out. So just look down in our on the podcast. You're going to see our link to our new merchandising webpage, sponsored by Perk Fits in Broussard, Louisiana. We got a lot of new nice stuff. We're sporting it today. Some of the guys are wearing their favorite colors. We're going to have tumblers, hats, T-shirts, even hoodies. And then on top of that, today, and we're trying our best to get 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away a Tua Tagovailoa signed authentic jersey in a light-up frame. And once we get 1,000 subscribers, we will randomly choose someone who will get that jersey and frame delivered to their house. No charge whatsoever.
If you stay subscribed, we're going to be giving away memorabilia and jerseys throughout the season. So stay with us, guys, and you might be able to get you some nice stuff.
Yeah, please like, subscribe, family and friends, follow us, interact if we speak with us. If you agree, disagree, have anything to say, we'll be interactive.
Hey, comment down below. Let us know what you'd like to see. We have other things other than just footballs. Just in the background here, we have a Star Wars Boba Fett signed bobblehead. The guys, we all have a bunch of merchandise and stuff like that that's completely we're willing to give away to you guys just to have fun here on our channel.
We got way more signed merchandise than is up here. We got boxes of stuff. We're just not gonna put shelving up and put everything on a shelf. We'll put one item out at a time.
Yeah, we got jerseys, we've got footballs, all kinds of stuff. So today's episode, we're going to be doing quarterback tiers. We're going to get everybody's opinion, and we're going to start it off with Joe. It's going to be tier 1. Where you at?
Before I start the tiers, I just need to let everybody know at home that, of course, these two guys have headphones on. I do not. When we find a pair of headphones that will not interfere with my hair, then I might wear one.
He's going to have to go with the old Bluetooth.
Yeah. Something.
Yep.
Maybe some ear pods.
Ear pods, yeah.
So tier 1 for me, only 2 quarterbacks, and that's Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. I do not put Patrick Mahomes in tier 1 simply because of Rashee Rison's situation, and I'm not completely sold on Hollywood Brown right now. So that's it. 2 for me. Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen.
I have 2 as well. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts. The same on Mahomes. I think they're going to run the ball more. They struggled last year in the first 8 games. Rashee Rice came on at the end, and he's going to be suspended. I like the 392.64 fantasy points Josh Allen put up last year. I think that's going to be consistent. I think he lost some weapons, but he got stronger. Jalen Hurts, I think what you're going to see is what you're going to get. They got a new offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore. I think they're going to be better. You saw that offense go dry and become predictable in the last 8 games of the season.
One guy didn't go dry, though.
Yeah. Jay Brown.
But Khalil Shakur.
Yeah, for Buffalo. But Jalen Hurts, I believe that he's just going to get better this year because that offense in the last 8 games of the season was so predictable with the tush push. Just to talk about some stuff, he had DeAndre Swift to a great pass catching back. He only had 32 receptions, so you're going to see that offense evolve.
Okay, for me, I've got 3. I've got Josh Allen, I've got Jalen Hurts, and I got Pat Mahomes. And the reason I'm putting Pat Mahomes in mine is because you got Xavier Worthy, who is not Tyreek Hill, but is a little step down from him. And then, of course, we do have Hollywood Brown. Everybody in the camps are talking about him and Pat Mahomes' his connection. And then Rashee Rice, of course, there are some issues. But the one wonderful thing about Pat Mahomes is that he makes stuff happen if he's hurt, if he's not, or even he's limited to what he has options to.
What do y'all? I have a question. All right. So we're drafting on ADP right now. Josh Allen, 16, second round, and Hurts is late second, early third. Are either one of y'all taking him there?
No, I'm not taking any quarterback there.
Yeah, I'm not taking I'm not taking a quarterback early this year. It's so deep that later on, even if you're 12th, 13th, I think that you're going to be able to get a quarterback that's going to each 18 points a game.
Right. The wide receiver core across the board is a lot slimmer than the quarterback. Running backs is very slim.
We can make the argument that after the third round, that running back tier, even after 2 boom or bust, drops significantly. So I would not waste a early second, early third round pick on a quarterback.
So just to put it in perspective, last year I had Tua, who I took in the 8th or 9th or 10th round, I don't remember. And I had Tariq. So that should be a league winning combination. I had Saquon and I had Chubb. I came in second to last because I lost both my running backs.
Yeah.
So you have to focus on your running backs, or it'll be at the detriment of your own team.
But that's what you brought up a good point right there. In a PPR, a good stack will work like that in best ball.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do want to draft like that, stacks in best ball and PPR would work. I don't know about Miami because they run the ball more than anybody, but
and most are just
he's a touchdown vulture.
He just signed an extension. He gave him a little bit more money.
So y'all brought up Patrick Mahomes. He's coming in 3rd or 4th ADP 32. Do you take him?
I don't take. I'm with you guys on this. I don't take anyone in round 1 and 2, and probably not in 3, just because there is depth, and I'm actually hoping that all these guys go so that I get a step up on a good running back or wide receiver coming around to me.
Well, we can talk consistency. I don't take a quarterback in the top 3. And if I'm drafting 5th or 6th, I would start to look in the 4th round, depending on my team.
Right.
Because there's going to be a spot where people draft first, and they're going to have CeeDee Lamb or Tyreek number 1. On the turn, you're probably going to be able to get Saquon Barkley. And on that 4th, if you're coming around 4th on that turn, if you can get someone who consistently put up 20-something points, you're looking at a guaranteed 60 points from 3 contributors immediately, and that's worth something. So I'm going to start looking at quarterbacks in the 4th round, and I don't think he's going to fall with his ADP at 32, but it's so deep, you might have people wait on quarterbacks, and that's when I would first start to consider a Patrick Mahomes.
I will never be able to get Mahomes, Allen, or Hurts because I don't look until the 5th round or later for a quarterback. And you have to feel your draft. You have to feel what everybody's doing. If they go on a run of tight ends, you better get you a tight end because there's only 4 of them that are league winners.
Yeah.
So
after that, you're gonna have to.
So would I take a chance on Mahomes when I can just wait and get Brock Purdy or someone like that, Dak Prescott? I'm gonna wait.
Who do you have in your tier 2?
Tier 2, I've got C.J. Stroud. I've got Joe Burrow, and I've got Jared Goff.
That's yours.
That's mine. And I'm going to tell you why, right? So I have no faith in Lamar Jackson, okay? I have no faith in Anthony Richardson. And I'm not saying that Anthony Richardson shouldn't be a tier 2 going into next year, but I don't have the proof for Anthony Richardson to be that guy this year for me. Lamar Jackson has proven to me time and time again in fantasy football, he's not my guy.
Oh, man.
And then Kyler Murray, he hasn't proven anything in several years. I know you guys are saying he's going to have his best year yet, and I hope so. I really do. I liked Kyler Murray when he was playing his best ball, but I don't see the consistency in which I'm looking to draft someone. C.J. Stroud, I love C.J. Stroud this year. Joe Burrow, if he stays healthy, I think he's great. And Jared Goff, he really has stepped up and proven himself lately.
Jared Goff is the most disrespected quarterback on this list. My tier 2 is Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, and Jordan Love. If I could pick 4, I'll sneak C.J. Stroud in there, but he's still newer. We play a very serious brand of fantasy football. We play against other guys who are very, very. This isn't some sit around with your buddies and draft and play homer type fantasy football. This is a serious.
It's the real deal, ladies and gentlemen.
So-
Yeah, we always 2 to 3 big money leagues, and then we play with friends and family, and we just take their money. Just
Yeah, so it's
And then buy them Christmas presents.
yeah.
So it's very studied. What we do is very, very studied. So yeah, Dak Prescott, C.J. Stroud, Jordan Love.
I'm gonna disagree with all y'all. I have my tier
Awesome.
2 is Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, C.J. Stroud, and Anthony Richardson. I love running quarterbacks in fantasy. I put Patrick Mahomes there because I don't know Rashee Rice's situation. He's quarterback number 7 last year. Lamar Jackson, he just won the MVP. He completed more passes than he ever has in his career, had more passing yards than he ever had in his career. This is the second year in the system. He rushed for 821 yards. He was quarterback 3 in fantasy last year. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Y'all just must have got burned. I got burned by a chick, and I didn't go back. Y'all just got burned by him.
Every year.
By Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson has hurt me 3 years in a row. Last year,
I love him.
he burned me so bad. He scored, 5 touchdowns one game and then 0 the next game. And then I traded him to Nick.
And
what
he
do you do
sat
with
on
you?
my bench.
He sat on your bench. You can't trust him. You cannot trust him. Especially if you're in a PPR league, you can forget it.
Well, ADP is 39 in the 4th round, late 4th round, early 5th. I tell you what, if he's there, I'm taking him. As a matter of fact, I'll wait to see if he gets there. CJ Stroud is in there, my quarterback. He finished quarterback 5, second year in the system. He got a new weapon. He 4,108 yards, 23 touchdowns, hardly any interceptions.
Yeah.
He had the first deep ball completion, so his receivers get down the field and he completes the deep passes. And I love Anthony Richardson this year. I know a lot of people aren't high because he's not proven. He only played 5 games last year, but in 2 of those 5 games, he put up 25.8 fantasy points. If he would have done that consistently, he would have been up there with the likes of Josh Allen, which nobody's talking about. And he runs the ball, which means they're going to be playing a lot of zone. If they turn his back on him, he's going to take off. And Shane Steichen is his coach. And Shane Steichen came from Philadelphia 2 years ago. We saw what happened with Philadelphia last year. This is second year under Shane Steichen, and I trust Shane Steichen. So that's why I have Anthony Richardson so high.
So, to be clear, because I may have made a mistake on mine. Okay? My tier 2 is Mahomes, Prescott, Stroud, and Love. I don't know if that's what I said to begin with. I don't really like putting Mahomes in there, but I think he's earned that for his body of work. What you got, Nick?
I've already said my number 2.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to tier 3.
Tier 3, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so this is where I'm going to put Lamar Jackson, Anthony Richardson, Dak Prescott. Actually, Dak Prescott's going to be on top of all these right here. And then it's going to be Jordan Love for me.
For me, my tier 3, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Anthony Richardson. I would love to move Anthony Richardson up. I hope he does great things like everybody thinks he's going. He's just unproven.
Here's the thing, all right? So I personally, I want to see all these guys succeed because, I want more options in this area because I feel like with less quarterback options, you're kind of chasing a good quarterback, throughout your league when you're trying to draft.
With Joe Burrow, man, if he could just stay healthy, he could easily be up in the top 2.
Oh, easily.
Well, this is my tier 3. It's Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Dak, Caleb Williams, and Jordan Love. The ADP at 62 for Joe Burrow is value. 2 years ago when he was healthy, finally, and Jamar Chase was a little banged up, he finished 4th in fantasy football. And if you're able to take a dart, take a flyer on somebody within those 5th to 7th rounds that can end up in the top 5 quarterbacks, you have to do it. And I think Joe Burrow is that guy. I think Kyler Murray's going to have a huge year. He finally has an alpha. He's going to have 2 weapons. He's going to have a great tight end. He's going to have the numbers he put up when he had Hop were amazing. And when he's been healthy, other than his rookie year, he's always finished no less than 8th in fantasy. And I have him at number 8, ADP 70. Dak led the league in touchdowns, and nothing's changed. That offense has gotten worse because they lost weapons. I have no faith in Ezekiel Elliott.
No.
I like Caleb Williams right here at 10th because of potential, because of all the weapons he has. I like him as a dynasty quarterback. That's why I would take that risk.
Yeah, but he cries too much.
He cries and he paints his nails and he's soft. He's a millennial, in which nobody drafts him. Nobody. That's why nobody's high on him, because they don't like his personality. But he can ball.
I'm not high on him because I don't feel like his offensive coordinator is going to give him any more opportunities than they gave Justin Fields.
He's a better quarterback than Justin Fields, though. I think. And he's got
Justin
better weapons.
Fields' issue wasn't he wasn't a good quarterback. It was because he was running for his life the entire time.
He only ran half the field. I think he's got DJ Moore. He's got Keenan Allen. He's got Rome Odunze. Those weapons. I've never seen a first-round quarterback step in with as many weapons as Chicago has.
Right.
And that's why I'm high on him. I think if you could scheme something to get these guys open, you shouldn't have a problem. And even their tight ends, Cole Kmet he's good. Like, that team's stacked on offense. Let this get tough, Caleb Williams, and go play quarterback.
He's kind of in the same situation as like Will Levis. After this year with the weapons around him, it's either the coach's fault or it's the quarterback's fault.
Yeah, he's not going to have any excuses. And Jordan Love finishes mine. He's ADP 11th. He's all over the board. Some people are taking him as high as 5th, I've seen. Mm-hmm. And that's because he was he was second in touchdown passes last year. He's got more weapons than anybody. If Christian Watson's healthy, he has a potential to be a top 7, top 8 quarterback.
Yeah. Jordan Love could be a league winner.
He could be a league winner for you, I think. Yeah. It just depends on, is Watson going to be healthy?
I don't think he really needs Watson. I think Watson is an advantage, but he went without Watson last year and he was killing it.
Yeah, which Watson healthier, he's going to be better because that is their dog. That's their alpha, Christian Watson.
He's a playmaker.
He is the dog alpha. I wish his hamstring wasn't spaghetti because he was awesome in college. He just dominated the.
What did they say? It was unbilateral or something like that? Was it unilateral or? Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's probably not good.
Yeah. It's probably in a goat knot is what it is. Get it right. Because this dude, when he's on the field, he is a dog. I love watching him play. So
the next tier
4
is where I usually draft a quarterback at.
And this is kind of where I feel happy at as well.
Yeah. This is where I'm most comfortable. For me, it's Jared Goff, Kyler Murray. Trevor Lawrence just signed a mega extension.
Trevor Lawrence is
and Kirk
Lamar
Cousins.
Jackson's little brother.
I don't put Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams in anything until they've proven something. I hope they do, but I cannot risk my team for an unproven commodity. So that's Kirk Cousins has weapons now. Arthur Smith is gone, so it's probably going to be a much better offense. And Kirk Cousins can throw the deep ball, he can throw the out, he can throw everything. So Jared Goff for me is the guy who I'm targeting because he has the most weapons for a quarterback who is so far down on the ADP and on the tiers.
Is that what you agree?
You looking at me? Are you looking for an answer?
Way up.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, man. I'm going to tell you right now. I like Tua here, right? I like Matthew Stafford right around here. I love Brock Purdy in this area, and I like Kirk Cousins. So the top of that list is going to be Brock Purdy, and then it's going to be Matt Stafford, Kirk Cousins, and then I'm going to take Tua Tagovailoa right here in the 4th.
So we've pretty much gotten through the 10 to 12, and if you're playing a 10 to 12 man league, you should already have your quarterback by now or at least settled. My twin starters, I even consider them backups. Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert. I got 2 in there, Jared Goff, and I got Jaden Daniels in there. It's this year, I don't want the backup. I don't want your traditional 5-step, 3-step quarterback Kirk Cousins is 36. He's coming off an injury. Russell Wilson's 35. He done fell off. Derek Carr's 31. He was injured last year. It's a new offense. Matt Stafford was injured. He's 35. Aaron Rodgers is 40. He's injured. I don't want that. I think it's over with. If I was to go and I take one, I don't like Tua. They run the ball more than anybody, and that's most certain. That's Devin Touchane's. Jared Goff he gets you 18, 17. It's consistent. It ain't going to win you a league. I think if I had to choose, I would go Dynasty. I want Jaden Daniels because I think even though he's going to struggle, the potential for him to run the ball 700, 800 and get about 8 touchdowns rushing is there. And I guess I love rushing quarterbacks in fantasy. I know there's an injury risk there. I know he's small. Maybe you learn how to slide. But none of these guys are going to win you your league right here. You better hope. You're going to have to throw a dart later on.
So you're telling me Kirk Cousins wouldn't win my league for me?
I think Kirk Cousins by week 6 is going to have a torn knee, and you're going to see Michael Penix. Because he's 35 years old. I
mean, we were talking about that with Joe Burrow just a minute ago, and he's in the top 2 or 3.
But he's got the potential.
I think Kirk Cousins is on the same kind of field that he was when he was with Minnesota, but he has a few more weapons.
Yeah, he's also got 10 more years on him. He's 36 years old.
I'm not banking anything.
I don't either.
On these guys we just named.
I would rather
Herbert lost all his weapons.
Yeah, I haven't even said Herbert. Yeah, that's the reason I don't like him.
Going to run the ball every down except third down, And I just Brock Purdy. He's a system quarterback.
He's what Jared Goff is, 16, 17. Like Tua, 16, 17.
See, now you keep going down and you end up in the quarterbacks you're going to want to draft as your backup.
Yeah,
I think these are my backup.
Yeah, that's where we're at in this tier backup.
These are my backups. I don't want any of these.
If you're trying to win your league with Justin Herbert, you are not going.
I'm sorry. I feel the same way for any of these quarterbacks.
You have to be smart.
If you want to go take a bet on something, at least Jared Goff is going to be on good field. Detroit plays 14 indoor games, so he's got all the weapons. If you're going to take a dart, what Brock Purdy's going to get you because that system is pretty consistent, but you're not going to win your league with any of these quarterbacks here unless you throw a dart and you hit on pay dirt with Jaden Daniels.
Right. And you also are not going to win your league if you take Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen in the first round.
Yeah,
you're done. You have to let them come. You have to let the value come to you.
Yeah,
it depends on what kind of league you're in because honestly, we've been in some good leagues and some bad leagues, and if you look at it like this, you have to know your league. That is your biggest advantage. You know how everybody drafts. You know what kind of tendencies they have. We've had several people we're able to talk into picking certain picks. We've got guys that ear hustle.
Yeah.
So if I'm over here and I'm like, I'm gonna get Dak Prescott.
Tom Brady hadn't been picked.
Yeah. And they're gonna take him. You know what I mean? And so knowing your field of play as far as your draft goes a long way. So being able to get those couple quarterbacks, if you could talk some guys into some ridiculous picks. I mean, we've talked guys into kickers, we've talked guys into tight ends. Way early, and sometimes 2 tight ends back to back, and then that leaves you that free range to pick up that quarterback and then possibly another good running back or wide receiver later.
So we discussed this, and we're all right here at Twinge. Starters, mostly backups. If we're playing in a best ball league or we're playing in,
I don't know why you have Trevor Lawrence there. I'm telling you, he's about to.
I am with him.
Crap the bed.
I am with you.
I think they're going to throw the ball. I think Travis Etienne's going to have a lot of catches. I think the wide receivers are better. Calvin Ridley was a beast until everybody kind of got hurt and fell apart.
Trevor Lawrence was forcing the ball last year. He's not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
If he's my backup, say I have Joe Burrow, and I'm thinking, Joe Burrow is going to go down at some point. I have no problem having Trevor Lawrence as my backup.
That's a nice stack. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. Who would y'all put in as someone who may be able to sneak up in the top 10? If not these guys, someone we've not mentioned.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix underneath Sean Payton's offense.
So that's the whole thing. I kind of have this Drew Brees feeling with Bo Nix and Sean Payton. I think they that's why they went ahead and traded away everything they had to get this guy. I think Bo Nix has an opportunity. I'm not saying he's going to be that guy, but Sean Payton has molded guys before.
Yeah, he has. Mine's Will Levis, but you bring up that people were that Denver offense wasn't good last year, but even with it not being good, Russell Wilson missed some game. They benched him. He still had 30 touchdowns last year, so he's still fantasy relevant in some games. And if he gets to mold Bo Nix, you may have a good dynasty pick there. I think.
I think so.
That Sean Payton is a genius.
So, I got one for you, and it's a pretty bold prediction. I got Geno Smith. So Geno's under a new offense.
Yeah.
Under a completely new. Everybody's new. All the coaches are new.
Ben Grubb. Yeah.
So he went from last year 3,624 yards and 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, which is
It's not terrible.
not terrible. And 1 rushing touchdown. And Geno used to have way more than 1 rushing touchdown a year. But I see easily he could be a 4,000 yard and 24 touchdown quarterback. And 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, you can make on a best ball league. You can always pick him up. I don't know if they're gonna. The offensive coordinator come from the University of Washington. I don't know if they're gonna run that 3 wide receiver set, and if they do, it'll be exciting because Tyler Lockett's a little older and he's always been boom or bust. But JSN should be taking that over, and DK Metcalf is Adonis.
He has to come into his own at some time.
I mean, he was so good at Ohio State. If they run that 3 wide receiver set they did at Washington that Michael Penix succeeded in, I can see Geno he'll sneak into the top 15 if they execute it right. And Kenneth Walker's a good weapon for him to have. The potential is there.
It's there.
It's there. I hope that Seattle can stop being boom or bust and see some consistency.
I got one more, Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields takes over there in Pittsburgh. I think he climbs that ladder.
I felt your sentiment until I heard everything that was coming out of OTAs, minicamp, and they're saying Russell Wilson just beat the
look,
brakes
I'm going to tell you right now, Russell Wilson, they talked about Russell Wilson in Denver too. So here's the thing. It's only going to take about 4 or 5 games. But after that, the rest of that season belongs to Justin Fields.
If they put Justin Fields on that field, he's not going to come back off.
That's it.
Because he's going to run.
He's going to run the ball.
He's going to run, and
he's your running quarterback you've been wanting.
And you're right. If they announce Justin Fields as their starter, people are going to run to the waiver wire to pick up Justin Fields.
That's it.
I don't really like anything in Pittsburgh fantasy wise this year except for
Pickens.
No, I don't even like Pickens that much.
Oh man, I like Pickens.
I'm rooting for him.
Warren.
Oh, I love Jalen Warren. I think they're going to be behind. I think he's going to take that job. But I don't like Arthur Smith. I thought he was a joke in Atlanta.
He was.
But if Mike Tomlin had a 40 condo line and he told me to get in the back and he had piano wire and KY, I would do it because I trust the guy. All he does is win. And that is why I know at some point in the 7th, 8th round, I am going to go take a flyer on a Steelers player, and it's going to pay off. Even Pat Freiermuth.
It's going to be Freiermuth for me.
I'm going to take a flyer because he doesn't lose. The man, he doesn't lose, and I trust Mike Tomlin. And I know I know at some point I'm going to go take a flyer. It's going to be Pickens too.
The one thing Arthur Smith did was he wanted to throw it to the tight end.
Yeah.
So Freiermuth would be the one for me.
And he wanted to run the ball. It'd be 3rd down and 47, and he'd hand off. It'd be a trap.
Yeah.
He'd run ISO, and I was like, okay, well, thank God you're playing the Saints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they can stack the box against Philadelphia.
Let's not talk about the Saints.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. So
my heart bleeds every time you say the word Saints.
So what one player did we say up top in the top 4 of everybody's tiers that could potentially bust your team, drafted out of place or injury prone?
Well, I mean, Burrow, of course. He's injury prone.
Right.
Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. I mean, Kyler Murray, he's you're hoping he stays healthy. I really don't see nobody else.
I have one that may bust you. and I'm high on him, but Jalen Hurts could fall dramatically. I don't think he will, but Kellen Moore's the new offensive coordinator. The tush push may be gone because of Jason Kelsey. They got a better back in Saquon. Efficiency is how A.J. Brown got his points, not targets or anything like that. And
that's true, because I've seen Smith get a lot more targets last year.
And Devontae Smith is coming on stronger, and he's going to get paid. And they have a rapport. And I think this offense is going to be different. I think he put those numbers up, but it was somewhat lacking in the last 8 games of the season when this offense got stale. I'm rooting for Kellen Moore, and I think it'll be better, but just because their offense is better does not mean that his points get better, because 32 catches only to DeAndre Swift last year. If Saquon only gets 32 receptions this year, and that'll be terrible. That'll be terrible for this offense. And I think you're going to see him catch the ball, and I think you see Saquon score more touchdowns, and that's going to eat into
Jalen Hurts' numbers.
Yeah. So,
and
it's Mahomes.
Yep.
Because I'm talking about the position he's going to be drafted by everybody, the weapons that he's lost. His numbers were no better than Dak Prescott. Actually, Dak Prescott's numbers were better than his last year. I think Patrick Mahomes, if drafted out of the wrong position, which everybody's going to do, that picks him, is going to be at the failure of their own team.
I'm not really concerned with that, because I'm not going to draft any of these guys anyway, and there's no reason, like unless I get Josh Allen, like, I don't know, the end of the third, top of the fourth, maybe. Right. Like, there's no reason I'm going to end up with Josh Allen. Josh Allen is nothing but trade bait for somebody else to pick up, so I can get that Saquon, or I can get that Kyron Williams, or somebody. While they're all concerned about them quarterbacks, that Dak Prescott way down there is going to get the same amount of points, while they pick up Justin Jefferson, who doesn't have a quarterback that's going to throw them. That's the whole thing, is like, so just like you're talking about, Pat Mahomes ain't going to have nobody to throw to. Justin Jefferson's ain't going to have nobody to throw to him.
Right.
So I like that. Get Justin Jefferson, get Pat Mahomes, get these guys. And then that's going to allow me to get those guys that I know they're going to give me them points. So
just speaking out of experience is what we're doing. We've been playing together for 15 years or whatever, how long it was, 15, 20 years. 65-70% of people draft a quarterback in the first round or first, second, 2 rounds. You're wasting a pick. You are wasting a pick when you can get almost the same level.
If you're in my league, you're not wasting a pick. Just letting you know.
Do it.
Yeah.
Not just please pick 2 quarterbacks in round 1. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't hardly ever draft 2 quarterbacks anyway.
So, well, I guess we're done with our quarter. Anybody else is not really worth mentioning.
It's not.
I mean, everybody else is going to be a tier 5-6 backup, and if they're not, good luck.
A lot of injuries.
That's a lot of injuries. That's correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our episode on quarterback tiers. Next time, we're going to do wide receivers. I'm Nick Tate.
Joe Caldero.
And I'm the Cadillac.
And we're out.
SmashMouth Footballerz. Sponsored by
Aspis Emergency Preparedness. Perfect Fits. NT23 Investing and Tate Property Management.